Hi there. So, as I've mentioned before, 2 years ago, I no, I really did flip my world upside down when I left the IT world and joined the family farm to help out with what was going to be a 1-year experience that turned into 2. And I just wanted to share today that after a lot of thought and a lot of effort and a lot of research, my sister and I have decided to get out of the business of milking cows by the end of this year, so within the next 6 months. That's kind of really big news. It's really big news for us. This is a facility that has 230 animals in it. We milk about 115 on average typically, but it's hard. Agriculture is hard. Dairy farming is hard. There are just so many challenges, and it really is a lifestyle. It's not a job, it's a lifestyle, because the cows are alive and breathing and have needs 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. And as someone recently said to me, it certainly isn't for the faint of heart. I wouldn't change anything about what I have learned and the growth I've had over the last 2 years. It really has been incredibly eye-opening. I can do things now that I never ever thought would be on my list of skill sets. It's allowed me to really discover how much I love equipment and start up the trucking company. But the time has come for us to move on to other things. We both have other business opportunities to pursue, and it will all pan out for the better. Things happen for a reason. This is really sad. The community's really been behind us. But on the other hand, it's not sad. We accomplished what we set out to, which was to turn this into a really well-running machine with healthy, productive cows and a clean environment and really empowered staff. And we have done that. We really have. We really wanted to give our daughters the opportunity to decide if dairy farming was a career path they wanted to take. And while they want to go into agriculture, this is a lot. So this is not the career path that they would like to follow, and that's okay. It really is. So it's time to close this chapter and move on to the next one. It'll take us a while. So instead of being in the dump truck over the next few months, we've had some real significant staffing changes, which is one of the big challenges in agriculture. I mean, honestly, let's be real. Staffing is hard across the board. Staffing is hard everywhere right now in 2021. But it's especially hard in agriculture. This is a demanding job. It's a demanding industry. And it's hard. You really have to have a love for the animals and a love for the task to do this day in and day out. It's exhausting. So with that said, over the next few months, I will be spending the majority of my time on the farm and with the animals and equipment and all the processes that are going on here, and not as much time in my dump truck or doing construction, but that will come with time next year. It'll come next year. In the meantime, I figure the way I look at it, my truck, since it's sitting a bit more, it will not be wearing out the tires and the brakes, and I'll get yet another year of use out of it. I'll run it occasionally, and I'll keep it, in good shape. But you do what you have to do. And right now, the farm really needs my attention. Got one of the milking robots working in the background there for me, and I thought this would be a good time to show you kind of what an evening can look like. Today was a really challenging day. Our hot water heater literally caught fire, one of the elements, and burned up, which left us without any hot water on a dairy farm. That's a critical emergency, but a local company came through and found us one that'll get us through in the meantime. And as a result, the technician that was here accidentally left some type of drain valve open and flooded the place. There's actually still some water on the floor I'm looking at in front of me. We got him back to fix that, and he had inadvertently turned off the water in a location that I wasn't even aware you could turn off the water. So There were a couple hours that were incredibly stressful, taking things apart and trying to clean various aspects of the plumbing to try and find if we had a clog somewhere that was making it so that we had no water. But basically it took the robots out of operation. They typically milk cows 23 hours a day, and we lost a couple hours in there with the water emergency. So this evening I'm here later than I typically would be, or anyone would be, and it's a bit quieter out there because it is later and a little more laid back. Working a really long day by myself, I may or may not enjoy a beverage with these four-legged girls because, well, when you work a really long day, they become your friends, your drinking buddies. So yeah, there's that. But stay tuned for, some more updates on things as they progress on the farm, and hopefully sooner rather than later you'll be able to ride along when I get back in my dump truck. So this is a look at our freestall facility. Twice a day we do what's called fetch cows because we're a robotic milking facility. This red and white here in particular is the one I'm after. And we bring them to the milking robots so that they can get milked. But we're a pretty calm facility. We just tap them with a pen, talk to them. We don't have to do much. And they'll wander on down towards the robot. What did you get into? Crazy girl. Hyacinth, you're being silly, huh? They all have numbers on their collars, but we know most of them by name. And we call them by name. A little floor scraper system that loads the manure into a channel and down to a pit. Keeps the barn pretty nice. So once down here we set up gates and control the flow of traffic so that the only choice they have while we're fetching them is to go right to the milking robot. So this is a glimpse into the robot. Right now it's cleaning her udder, and I have used our temporary gates to shut two cows in behind the robot, so their only choice in exiting is to go through the milking robot. Janice here is watching my every move. How am I doing, Janice? So, even in a herd of 230 animals, we always have our favorites. And sometimes the cows do too. So this is Tossy, and she just loves me to pieces. I'm not really sure if she's after my attention or my beer, but she's making it difficult to actually do my job. But it's also true. Okay, time to move along.